Près de 2 millions de Cambodgiens ont été massacrés entre 1975 et 1979 lors d'un génocide commis par le régime meurtrier des Khmers rouges, éliminant 25% de la population. Isabelle Haché, reporter à La Presse, s'est rendue au Cambodge pour enquêter anonymement sur la prolifération des orphelinats quelques 40 ans après la tragédie. Isabelle y a trouvé une industrie florissante, le volontourisme, qui attire des milliers de touristes européens et nord-américains vers quelques 600 orphelinats afin d'offrir de fugaces moments d'affection aux 47 000 enfants qui sont caressés si brièvement et si souvent par des étrangers qu'ils souffrent d'une forme de rejet affectif dénoncée par des organismes internationaux tels que l'UNICEF. Les enfants, dans une proportion de 77%, ont au moins un parent vivant et servent de figurants pour les propriétaires de ces faux orphelinats afin d'extorquer des dons aux touristes bons samaritains. Le reportage d'Isabelle Haché a déclenché des enquêtes au Canada et le Cambodge s'est engagé à réduire le nombre d'orphelinats de 30% en 2 ans. As 2016 began, British Columbians seemed to be talking of nothing but real estate and skyrocketing housing prices in the Lower Mainland. Many blamed offshore buyers. Just as many accused them of racism. Yet, hard evidence was difficult to come by, leaving governments loath to act. Amid this volatility, the Globe and Mail's Kathy Tomlinson set out to see what she could find. By the time her year-long investigation was finished, she had exposed a series of unsavory practices helping fuel the real estate boom. The depth of complex, difficult research that went into each of her 6 stories was remarkable. Governments and institutions were quick to react. In relatively short order, BC imposed a foreign buyer's tax. Vancouver put a levy on vacant homes. Years of self-regulation by the real estate industry were ended. Tax loopholes were closed. A leading brokerage firm was under investigation for unethical dealings, and municipalities were moving to end the building of illegal hotel mansions on agricultural land. The conversation had changed. For more than 50 years, mercury has been leaching into the waters and fish of the English Wabigoon River system in northwestern Ontario. It was a national scandal 40 years ago when the crippling effects on the local population were revealed. And then the story faded, buried in a mountain of studies, compensation plans, half-hearted monitoring, and unfinished cleanup schemes. But of course, it never went away for the people of the area. And this Toronto Star investigation by David Bruiser and Jamie Poisson details the sorry saga. Starting with a tip, they used the full suite of reporting techniques to reveal a hidden dump site, stonewalling at 2 levels of government, and the persistent effects of the neurotoxin on a vulnerable population. These included their own testing and scientific reviews, access to information requests, and, of course, the human story. The series galvanized the provincial government to finally take definitive action on a half-century-old problem. When Jamie High was found unresponsive on a police cell floor and subsequently died, it was a minor story, the victim not even identified by name. London Free Press reporter Randy Richmond thought there might be more to it. For 2 years, while still doing his daily reporting, Richmond worked to get to the bottom of what happened to Jamie High. Who was he? And why had he died? With diligent research, access to information requests, cultivation of sources, and finally, after months of reluctance, cooperation from those closest to High, Richmond produced a long, powerful narrative. It uncovered numerous cracks in the system and an almost willful indifference that combined to doom the troubled prisoner. The impact of Richmond's series was profound. Procedures were changed, awareness of mental health issues heightened, and finally, a coroner's inquest produced sweeping recommendations to prevent similar tragedies, all because a single dogged reporter sniffed a story and wouldn't let it go.
And the award in the investigations category goes to Kathy Tomlinson.
Well, National Newspaper Award is quite something. Congratulations to the other nominees for incredible work. When I started on this, Vancouverites were scratching their heads. Nobody knew what was going on, but it was just crying for answers. People wanted to know why the real estate market was going crazy, but I knew nothing about real estate. I was brand new to the Globe, so huge credit goes to the Globe and Mail, particularly St. Clair Stewart, who said, hey, you want to do real estate? Go, dig, look. And I didn't know where I was going. A lot of credit goes, of course, to my boss and editor, Denis, who actually coined the infamous now phrase shadow flipping, which was a very way to focus everyone's mind on what was going on. And of course, to David Walmsley, who's been acknowledged so much and should be acknowledged so much for giving us the opportunities like we have to dig into this kind of stuff. And I want to also take one more moment to really thank my sources. Because once we did the initial stories, which took a lot of digging on my own, I really didn't have sources, a lot of people came out of the woodwork. A lot of people who really cared about the community and who really stuck their necks out and you know, took risks to tell me what was going on. Lawyers, accountants, real estate professionals, all people who, you know, it was risky for them to speak out or to tell me quietly what was going on. They deserve huge credit, and thank you so very much.